Hello and welcome to my unboxing and review of the Orks Boss Snikrot for Warhammer 40,000. He's right here in this little clamshell pack and it will cost you £15. He is made of Citadel fine cast, and as you notice he doesn't have an image of what he looks like. Further on in the video you'll see him completely built. Some of these clamshell packs, the made to order models, don't have imagery on them. Some of the models that they don't sell in the shops anymore. Kaldor Drago not being one of them, he does have his artwork. So comes in this clamshell, as it consists of 5 components, and he's going to look great next to my Ork Commandos. I've already said that I was so impressed by the Ork Commando set that I would like to pick up a second box. And that definitely goes to the Deathcore Krieg plastic set too. Very impressed by both of those in the Kill Team set, so I will be picking those up. Here's one of the sprues, and here's another one, and then here is the Terminator base, the 40mm base. You don't get any instructions, so that's the only downside, one of the downsides. You don't get a fancy looking box, which you probably recycle anyway, but they're useful for you know, as a painting guide. And the second thing is you're not going to get any instructions, so it's, for some models it can be a bit tricky, especially the Weird Boy. That was a tricky model, but I think Boss Snikrot should be quite straightforward. So here's one of the sprues. He's got these massive knives. That's not a knife. He's got this kind of Spec Ops night vision type goggles on. He's got some rope that's around him, around his knives, and he's got his finger pointed up because I think he puts his finger up to his mouth to tell the rest of the commandos to just be a bit quiet and stop their bickering while they can take down some of the enemy. So that's one sprue. This is the other sprue. So there's 3 parts on there, and then there's the other 2 here. This is his body and his kind of backpack, with another big knife. He's got a load of skulls. I would have thought that they would make some noise, but who am I to judge a sneaky Ork Commando? Then you've got some chains, and he's in a nice pose. And he's got a grappling hook there, some stick bombs. Looks like the backpack has been stitched together. You've got another stick bomb, more rope, and another stick bomb. So he's packing like 4 stick bombs and a grappling hook. Pretty nice. I think this model has passed the test of time. I still think it looks great, and I still think he looks. And I still think he's going to look fantastic next to the Commandos. And that's the thing about these sort of older, you know, fine cast models, is that you compare them to the newer plastic kits, and if you think they're going to look great next to them, then by all means don't let this plastic material that they come in put you off too much, unless it's a really delicate model. I certainly have that feeling with Badruk, putting him alongside a load of flash kits. So join me in the next part where I will review the model completely built, go through some size comparisons and his rules. And here is Boss Snikrot complete. Here is Boss Snikrot fully built. He was a bit of a pain to clean up, definitely around the ropes, cable, whatever you want to call it, with the dog tags on there. The big knife was a bit of a pain to clean up as well. I like how he's got his finger over his mouth, about to kind of, you know, basically say, oh, just be a bit quiet, boys. Yeah, not too bad though. I'd probably say that the mech and the Weird Boy were more difficult to clean up, but yeah. So yeah, that's what he looks like. Pretty awesome. And there's no spare parts, so this is what you're going to end up with. Let's go through some size comparisons. We've got a normal Ork Boy. I thought it'd be appropriate to give you a comparison next to a normal Ork Boy. He is bigger, his hands are massive, I don't know why, but his hands are huge. Compared to the other kind of, I say, characters, here's the Big Mech, who's a little bit smaller. You got the Weird Boy. I don't know why his staff is a bit wonky, but it is. I need to get the hairdryer to melt that a bit. And the Weird Boy is kind of bigger, and obviously he's got a Gretchen hanging off. Badruk is pretty big though. Badruk is bigger. And then I just want to compare him to my knob. So here's my knob, and my knob is bigger than Snickrot. Finally, Gazgul Thracker. Yeah, absolutely huge. But just wanted to show you that comparison there between them. And the final comparisons I always like to make is just with some Imperial miniatures in the form of a Primaris, Slime Arbo, and a normal Space Marine. So normal Space Marine is actually, yeah, taller, I'd say, overall than Snickrot. Slime Arbo is, well, his head is taller, but this is the thing with Orks, they're always hunched, aren't they? Overall, Snickrot's taller, but then a Primaris is very tall compared to Snickrot. And be interesting to find out how big Snickrot is compared to his brand new plastic model coming out. Okay, so you come to my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for Snickrot. You'll find Snickrot in your HQ section in your, I say new 9th edition Orks Codex that was first published in 2021. I can't believe it's been almost 2 years since that new Ork release. My, how time has flown. But as an HQ choice, he is a power points cost of a 5 or a points cost of 95 points. How does he compare to the other characters? Well, Zagstruck is 110 points, Wurtsnager's 65 points, Badruk is 95 points, plus the ammo runt is 5. So it's similar sort of points cost to the other characters. His stat line reads: he's a movement of 6 inches, weapon skill is 2+, ballistic skill 5+, strength 6, toughness 6, 6 wounds, 6 attacks, leadership 7, and a save of 6+. So how does that compare to Badruk, I guess? Well, Snickrot is faster, he's got the same weapon skill, he's got worse a ballistic skill though, which is a bit odd for a commando, but you know, he is an Ork. He's got a better strength, same toughness, and more attacks. His leadership is worse, and his save is worse than Badruk as well. Boss Snikrot is equipped with Mork's Teeth, stick bombs, and your army can only include 1 Boss Snikrot. So, Mork's Teeth, it's a melee weapon, strength of the user, which would be 6, AP -2, damage 2, that's about standard. Abilities, Here We Go and Wah. Cunning Infiltrator. During deployment, when you set up this model, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from the enemy deployment zone and any enemy models. Terrifying Killer. While an enemy unit is within 6 inches of this model, subtract 2 from the leadership characteristic of models in that unit. Dead Tough. This model has a 5+ invulnerable save, which isn't quite as good as Badruk's 4+ invulnerable save for the Gold 2 farmer. Throat Slitter. Each time this model makes an attack, if it is within 1 inch of the terrain feature, add 1 to that attack's wound roll. That's pretty nice. You know, he's already got a strength of 6, but that just adds that extra 1 to the wound roll if he's in terrain. Red Skull Commandos. While a friendly Blood Axes Commandos unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. Pretty good. Worth you taking the Blood Axis Commandos. Sneakiest Git. Each time an attack is allocated to this model while it is receiving the benefits of cover, add an additional 2 to any armor saving throw made against that attack. Now that sounds pretty good, but obviously his save is 6+. So yeah. I mean, if he's in terrain, if he's got cover, he gets his cover save, and then you're adding 2 onto that. I don't think it includes the invulnerable save, because it would say and invulnerable save. It just says armor saving throw. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you're going to get a bonus to that. Keywords: Orks, Blood Axes, Character, Infantry, Commando, Boss Snikrot. So there you go, that's my unboxing and review of Boss Snikrot. Sometimes I like to do the unboxings and reviews all in one video, especially if the unboxing is pretty quick, and that's what I've done this time. There has been a gap, of course, between first unboxing the model and reviewing it for the second part. Since I unboxed it, we do have a plastic version of Boss Snikrot on its way. Unfortunately, the plastic one doesn't have the finger to the lips, so there is that, but has the option of having him with his night vision goggles on or off. What do you guys think of this Finecast version of Boss Snikrot? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Mork.